12 weeks are over.
I know.
How do you
Wow.
feel? How do you feel?
Different. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like another
amazing.
person. Yeah,
Good, good, good.
exactly. In the past, I think consistency is what I lacked,
Mm,
so I was able to achieve perhaps a physique that I was comfortable with, that I was looking for, and then for some reason it vanished because I was
yeah,
able to maintain consistency, I guess, of
yeah.
everything, of the routine, of the meal plan, of the exercise, sleep, of walking. So yeah, it's been great.
So what were the areas, if we just kind of go back a little bit, what were the areas before we started working together that you really struggled with when it came to kind of being consistent with training, with nutrition? What else was it that you found that you actually, struggled with the most?
I think discipline. I'm not the
Mm,
most disciplined person ever. I mean, I think it also helped me in my own sense of organization with my schedule as well, because this is something I obviously was prioritizing in a way. So
hmm.
I think the thing that I struggle with the most, I think it was my sense of discipline, of of making sure that I wasn't skipping, every activity or every plan that I had for the day. I think that was the probably the most difficult part for me at the beginning, but once you get used to it, I think it everything falls easily.
Yeah, yeah. So the accountability, right? Having
Yeah,
someone there, the check-ins every week, face to face,
exactly.
online.
That helps. That
Yeah,
helps.
yeah.
And as you mentioned, it was more on me than anybody else. I mean, there's also this sense of responsibility that you take ownership, of
Yeah.
your body, of the way you want to look like, the way you want to feel like. But I
Hmm.
think having that accountability and also that level of guidance and support, to me, that's been really helpful, and that's been making the difference, because it's hard to do
Amazing.
everything by yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, no. And I always tell people, even when I used to compete, I used to get coaches as well. Being a coach, of course, but I found the accountability was huge. Awesome. And what was it? If we now fast forwards a little bit from when we started, and then when we were actually on the program, what was it from the actual program you found to be super, super useful and super helpful to make sure that you stayed accountable and to make sure that you followed everything? Like, was it like the app? Was it the way that the sessions were presented? What was it you found the most useful throughout the process?
I think it was the whole package. Obviously, the app was really helpful because it's very clear. It's very easy
Hmm.
to navigate it. Everything is in there, so it's almost like your little, not only the exercise plan but the meal plan. Everything is there for you to track. So it's pretty easy to understand the things that impact, the way that you want to feel like, and the way that you want to look like, the results that you want to achieve. I
Yeah,
think there was also a sense of, it's pretty logical, and something that we don't always realize, how sleep, walking, the amount of calories, the type of calories that you eat, and also the exercises and the amount of weight that you put in every week, how that helps you shape, your body
yeah,
consistently in a sustainable way. So looking in retrospect, everything sounds really obvious, but it's not when you're
mm,
beginning. And I think the program and the app and the checkings, they really help, you know they help me for me to take the next steps every week. And I think what was really helpful as well is that I had this idea in mind: to achieve this body, you had to spend 3 hours in the gym in a day,
mm,
be sweaty, leave the gym like feeling weak, like you have to put a lot of effort into it in order to achieve. And to me, what I found most surprising was, my exercise, they don't actually last more than an hour,
yeah,
and I don't leave the gym feeling like a truck hit me or anything.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
looking in retrospect, it's not that, I wouldn't say it's effortless, but it's not as hard as I thought it would be as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
So So yeah, that's been
Good,
pretty
good.
surprising.
Yeah. I think to have everything organized into one place where it's just easy to follow just really helps, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Easy and things that I wasn't used to track before, and I
Yeah.
think
Yeah. If it gets tracked, it gets managed.
exactly. There's this, being able to manage it with data. I think it's really
Yeah.
helpful.
Amazing. Amazing. So let's now fast forward to today. You finished the 12 weeks. How has that impacted you as a person? Like, how is it you feel? What's happened to your confidence? And I know you went on holiday, last week and you had your top
Yeah,
off. But how has
exactly.
it changed? How's that changed?
I think, just it's hard to explain, being able to feel more comfortable with your own body. I think it's those little things, like the type of clothes that you decided to wear, or more skin that you decide to show, the way you walk in the street with, your head up,
Yeah.
feeling more confident about yourself. And it's not about, looking good for other people, but rather looking good for yourself. So
Yeah.
I think, looking at yourself in the mirror and liking what you see, it's a sentiment that, um, it really pays off. It's a sentiment that
Yeah.
I feel really happy to be able to look at myself and enjoy what I see. So yeah, I think, and it impacts the level of confidence, but also the level of motivation when you wake up to do your own activities, like going to work or going out. So I feel much more motivated also to go out with friends, um, schedule a drink or a dinner. So I think it's hard to measure, but I know that's also impacts my day-to-day activities and the way that I not only behave myself, but I feel more open to the
Yeah.
world in a
Yeah. Yeah.
sense.
And that's something that I always talk about is when we feel good within ourselves, then everything that surrounds us feels it as well, right?
Yeah,
From your work to your loved ones, your family, friends, work colleagues. When we have that energy and that confidence, then it touches all the other areas in our life. And
exactly.
that's yeah, amazing, amazing.